feisty. You are definitely a feisty bunch. I gave you fair warning at the start of yesterday's video. I said no Zouma today. This will be a Zouma free zone. I told you yesterday. It's all about link art, but there you are with your messages and surrounding me and hemming me in and everything like that. You all want your Zouma, don't you? So, after taking on such a bombardment of comments from you, I'm going to speak about Zouma today. Sort of. A little bit. He's part of it, basically. You've all heard the... it makes it sound like it's going to be the start of a story. It's not the start of a story. You've all heard the suggestion that since Ogbonna's out, we lack a left-sided centre-half that can kick with his left foot. At Hammers Chat, we've had this conversation for a long time. Since Winston Reid, we used to discuss it when Winston Reid, who was a left-sided centre-back and was kicking with his right foot and whatnot. This is old news, old Hammers Chat news, but it's resurfaced. David Moyes has said that he finds it an issue. And then a few people, I think actually the commentator in the game, whoever it was, when we played Wolves at the weekend, he mentioned that we weren't building our attacks quickly enough because we weren't... The suggestion is that Ogbonna kicks the ball with his left foot and it goes to Cresswell, and that's how we attack. The suggestion is that because the ball has to be switched to the right foot, or it basically doesn't go down the left wing, it goes a little bit inside, it hinders our attack in some way. Blame Zouma blame, if you know what I mean. But I don't think it's just Zouma blame. And so there's been this big theory that's popped up around all of this. So it's given me, I've got a counter theory. And this is what, so I think David Moyes is about to do something a little bit suspicious. Well, not suspicious, it's just football tactics and selection. I think he's going to change the team around. I'll explain why in just a second. But you have to bear with me while I promote Manscaped. Basically, beard trimmers, what's it trimmers. Well, actually not what's it trimmers. It doesn't trim your actual what's it, but it trims all the hair around it. I'm not mucking around here, by the way. This is Manscaped, right? I've actually got the full kit in here. Where's me hoot? Look at this. Look. A hooter trimmer. It's fine. It doesn't even rip your nostril hairs out. That's called the weed whacker. I think that one. This one here. That's a. I won't demonstrate. I won't demonstrate that. Anyway, listen. Here's the point. Manscaped, who are kindly sponsoring this video, are giving, which is their Black Friday deal, and you have to go to uk.manscaped.com, and their Black Friday deal, which it doesn't just run on Black Friday. Crazy, right? It's Tuesday. They don't care. It's 25% off website-wide. Everything on their website. I'm telling you now, it's really, really good gear. But let's be fair, you watch these videos every day and you have never seen my nostrils looking so pristine. And if you could see the other things, then that is, honestly, it is like a finely trimmed hedge. It's very, very good. Anyway, talking about trimming, our trimmed down squad has probably created a bit of a problem. We thought we had enough cover at centre-back, but it turns out they can all only kick with the right foot. Bit of a problem for the reasons I said. Now, here's the thing. David Moyes came out and, obviously not like that, he came out and he said that he was concerned about our lack of a left-footed centre-half. So, what everybody instantly thinks is, well, West Ham are going to go and sign a left-footed centre-half. It ain't that easy. There ain't that many around, by the way. Is he going to do that? I'm not so sure. People are suggesting that maybe we can look into the academy and do something there. I think there's a much more simple solution to our problem here. That's if you believe it to be a problem. Certainly some people do. Certainly David Moyes does. How's he going to solve it? Well, when I was talking to Gio the other day, Gio was sort of saying that because it creates two problems, you see. What it does, we don't only lose Ogbonna as a left-sided centre-back. What we also do is we lose Zouma from his preferred position, which is right centre-back. So basically we take two hits. Zouma gets hit as well as Ogbonna. So basically what you want to do, you really want him at right centre-back, Zouma. So Gio was suggesting that Diop is more comfortable at left centre-back. Yes, I think he is, but I don't think it solves the problem, actually. I think he is slightly more comfortable because it doesn't solve the problem. Because why? Because he's still right-footed, basically. However, without signing anybody, we do have a solution. We've got a solution. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to work through your own thought process. At West Ham, we have a left-footed centre-back. Got it? Got it yet? Some of you will. Some of you are screaming. Some of you are screaming at you watch it on your phone or your device, whatever you watch it on. You're screaming. Get on with it, man. Tell us about the left-sided centre-back. It's Aaron Cresswell. Yes. Yes. There you go. So, here's the thing. If this is a genuine problem, listen, I'm not convinced. Okay? I'm not convinced that the reason we played crap against Wolves was because the centre-back couldn't kick with his left foot. I can give you a lot of other excuses before we get to that particular one. But I am willing to accept that other people might think it might be a problem. I am willing to accept that it might not be ideal. And the only thing that really matters, the only thing that counts, is that David Moyes thinks is a problem. So, what's Moyesy do? Aaron Cresswell. And of course, if he plays Aaron Cresswell at left centre-back, what's he doing? Yes, he's changing formation. He's changing formation to 3 at the back, right? So, here we go. Here it is. Now, this changes almost everything about it. But because if you change that formation, then basically you're going to bring Masuaku in, right? Or you're going to play Ben Johnson at left wing-back. Now, he was a bit funny when he Moyes. I don't mean a bit funny, but it's only really been this season that we've only played with 4 at the back. Last season we had a tremendous season. He was switching between the two, if you remember. So it's not like it's all our recent good form over the last couple of seasons has been based on 4 at the back. It hasn't. Just this season, certainly. So what sort of happened with the shape of that team? Well, what would used to happen was Cresswell would be at left centre back, and then basically he would either pass it to the wing back. He'd sort of have a bit of a partnership going on with Masuaku. But if you remember, he would also maraud up the pitch a little bit. So he would also cross from that position as well. So we would always have a slightly different dynamic to the attack. And as you will recall, because this is of course at the point where Souček was getting forward a lot more. We'll get to that in a second, because Souček always got forward more in his formation. Why? You're asking again. I'm hearing you asking. You probably know before I do. Because Declan Rice used to, as soon as Cresswell used to go forward, Declan Rice used to drop into left-sided centre-back. Every single time, like clockwork. It was a massive part of the team. Not sure we're going to do this, because actually I've got to record this afternoon. I'm recording the Europa League preview with Gio. So I'm not suggesting we're necessarily going to do this in Europa League, because I think you'll change things around a little bit for that, just to try and get something out of the game. And I'm not sure we need to. I'm talking about the one of two things. Does Moyesy either want to get to the end of the season before addressing the left-sided centre-back, which is either Ogbonna comes back or he buys one, or is he going to get to January? Either way, I still think if he perceives it to be such a big problem, he'll sort it out. But it has repercussions throughout the team, of course. Now, the Masuaku one, we all know that David Moyes doesn't trust Masuaku at left-back. You don't trust Masuaku. I don't trust Masuaku at left-back. But as a left wing-back, it's a different kettle of fish. I mean, it really is. I think he carries the ball forward well. We all know what Masuaku can do well, particularly when Cresswell's playing left centre-back. It's not even like the onus is on Masuaku to do the crossing. Cresswell still does the crossing. But there are implications elsewhere in the team. So if it's not Masuaku and it is actually Ben Johnson, okay, then that brings, obviously, Soufal back into the team at right. It would play right wing back, wouldn't he? The other thing is, obviously, Ben Johnson's played so well. So you're moving another player out of position. However, whilst he's not left-footed, he is about as close to a two-footed player as we've got, Ben Johnson. So there is the opportunity to put him in there as well. But also, it gives him the opportunity. When Masuaku comes in, someone gets dropped. Someone gets dropped, doesn't he? Obviously. Which gives him an interesting situation with Ben Rama and Fornals, because they sort of dovetail, don't they? When we play 4 at the back, who plays on the left? That sort of changes a little bit. It was obviously Fornals in the last one. But I think Fornals has looked at his best in central attacking midfield. And let's be perfectly honest here. If you've got Masuaku in the team, I know he's not... I don't think he's as good at dribbling as effective as Ben Rama, but do you really want two of them in the team doing the same thing? Not so much. You've also got Lanzini knocking on the door, and I think out of anybody recently, Lanzini is probably the one. What you want to do is say to a player, look, you come into the team, you perform well, you play well, you get into the team, then it's Lanzini. We know that David Moyes is happy to do that because he's done it before. Excuse me, I'm just checking for because he's done it before with Ben Johnson. He's done it this season, but Lanzini's probably pushing for inclusion too. So what the full composition of the team is, I don't know. But I would not be surprised if we saw a team with the makeup of this. Not a team in makeup, obviously, but the team with the makeup of this. Someone in goal, a goalkeeper probably, we've got lots of them. But then the back three, which I think would be Dawson, Zouma, where's Zouma? Zouma, where's Zouma talk? Here's the Zouma talk. I've mentioned Zouma, so I don't want any messages, right? I think I mentioned Zouma's name 6 or 7 times in this video. Alright, so you should be right zoomed out now. Anyway, Zouma central centre back. So right centre back Dawson, centre back would be Zouma centre, and left centre half would be Aaron Cresswell. Your two wing backs we've obviously discussed anyway, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see that, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that soon. What game is coming up soon? Not the European one. Forget about that one. That's coming up soon. But what's the one after that? Man City. Man City. I think we might. Honestly, I think we just might. I sort of get the feeling Moyes doesn't have a favourite formation. I think he likes them both. But he's a practical man. He's a pragmatist, isn't he, really? So I think he'll do what suits. Anyway, let's be perfectly honest. There weren't a lot else to talk about. There is a transfer one coming up tomorrow because we've been linked with loads of players. I want to go through them. But let's be fair. Today I wanted to talk to you about Zouma and pube trimmers. Let's be perfectly honest. And it's a good excuse just to talk about West Ham anyway, isn't it? So anyway, I hope you got your Zouma fix. No more hates. No more. I am joking, by the way. Not everyone always gets my sense of humour. I am joking. Okay, I didn't receive any hate. I do appreciate it. Everybody that wrote those messages was right on my wavelength anyway, so it was fine, and I appreciate them. I know so I don't want someone to say, "Don't get upset, Gonzo. Don't worry about it." I'm not. It's cool. I'm just having a laugh. Anyway, I'll see you later.